Okay, so we got the lab and the quiz. So the quiz code I'll give out, when it's time for the quiz in class. And so remember with the lab quiz code, it's going to change every block. So if you don't take it when you're supposed to, you're going to have to email me for that quiz code because I'm not going to email it to you anymore because it changes. All right, well, let's discuss this lab. So we have our normal lab set up here. So let's look at how this lab is going to go. So I'm going to explain how this goes, and the virtual lab is basically the same if you have to do that. But obviously the difference is the virtual lab just watch the video. So here the purpose of this lab is we're going to look at the relationship between kinetic and potential energy, and it's pretty easy. The main objective here is to time an object that's falling. So it says the purpose is to look at that hypothesis. If the energy is conserved, then the kinetic energy that an object in free fall ends with will be equal to the gravitational potential energy that it starts with. Right? We're not going to look at it bouncing, it's going to lose energy when it bounces. So we're just going to look at the fall. It's going to be a nice conserved system. So we're going to be given two different objects, one large, one small, and you're going to drop them, and hopefully you won't see any difference due to mass. So we're going to drop them in the lab room onto this time of flight path. That way we can time how long it takes for them to fall. So what we're going to recommend you guys do is just get everything set up, and I'll mention how to do that here in a minute. But in the end, all you should have to do is there's a button in the lab room, and so you have one of your group mates hold the button and hold the object that you're going to drop, and you're going to push the button the same time you let go of your object, okay? And you will have a timer that will start timing when you push the button, and it will stop timing when it hits the pad, and it'll give you the time. It's very precise. And so the key here is that we're going to have to make sure we measure our height that we're dropping it from. We recommend the height of just using 1 meter. So you have a meter stick in there. So I'd have one student hold the meter stick and another student drop the object. And we'll do it. It says you need to record the time of each drop on your data table. You're going to drop each object a total of 3 times. It should all be pretty much the same. But again, this will be kind of based on you guys' reaction time, that should be able to push the button and let go of the ball at the same time. If it doesn't, if you know that you pushed it wrong, well, don't record that, just do it again. So here it gives us some formulas to calculate our final velocity. So we're going to use 2y over t, so y being the height, t being the time. And then our 2 energy formulas. So this is our data table here. So there should be a scale in the room to find the mass of these objects. And then obviously if you're doing the virtual lab, you'll just look at the videos, located here at the beginning of these data tables. Just watch the video and get your data. Obviously if you're in class, I'm going to make you do this. We're going to drop it 3 times, get an average time. And then we're going to make sure we measure our height. I know it says 1.69, but I'll press that. And then we're going to calculate your velocity, kinetic energy, and potential energy from that. So it should be pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I believe the 1.69 is what it has in the videos, which is why it's written there, but we'll double check that when we get to the lab.